Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. I have been honored to meet so many of you all digitally. Now, the funny thing is, I don't know what most of your real names are. Like Katie Candy. I've been really good friends with her, my been around bestie. I don't know what her name is. She's always gonna be Katie Candy to me. I'll call her that for the rest of my life. I don't even know your own personal stuff. I don't even know what you need to look like or sound like. You could be somebody completely different. You could all be, catfishing me, as they say. But I don't care. If you've got a responsible, reasonable post, I'll talk about it. And The Mandalorian, also a great show, although the first season was my personal favorite, I think. I really like the finale of the second season. And yeah, Boba Fett was definitely only good to me when it was basically The Mandalorian, unofficially, like, season 3. Long tangent. But anyhow, this guy makes fantastic posts on the forums, although because he is reasonable and logical and empathetic and intelligent, that is all the recipe that Kabam needs to shadow ban him. So, knock on wood, he doesn't get shadow banned. But The Mandalorian commented that Paragon needs to mean more. Now, this is going to probably get some pushback from people who roll their eyes and think Paragon already has these amazing daily crystals and July 4th offers. And a lot of times people who will roll their eyes at this aren't anywhere close to 3 rank 4 6 stars, so they're not wanting to hear it. But the reason why Kabam is so obsessed with 7 stars or any kind of weapon or suit upgrades for the equivalent of 7 stars is because if the people at the top get bored, they are tempted to quit, and if they're tempted to quit, there goes the income. So these are some really, I think, reasonable suggestions for making Paragon mean more from The Mandalorian. He says, so it's been a hot minute, 2+ months since the new Paragon title, I can't believe it's already been 2+ months, has started, and there are some perks, like the Daily Crystal and 4-hour crystals, along with extra Eternity of Pain objectives for better rewards. But in my opinion, there's not enough of a difference, as there's been with every other progression level prior. Below are 5 things I am bringing up that need to change ASAP to make and encourage more players to want to become Paragon and keep playing this game. I don't even know if I agree that more players need to be encouraged to become Paragon, because a lot of people would love to, they just can't get the items. But certainly it needs to feel like a true achievement, since you just broke your wallet, especially 2 months ago, like I did, spending 20,000 units alone on unit offers to make it possible. The Black ISO Store 6-star feature cost should be 11,000 shards instead of 13,000. Just like the 5-star featured was 13,000 shards for Cavalier players, but lowered to 11,000 shards for Thronebreaker. Now, what a reasonable post that is. It just makes so much sense. That probably makes too much sense for Kabam. But why not 11,000 for Paragon players? Good question. And the weekly Black ISO Store quest needs another bump in amount, just like every other progression. Minimum of 50,000 more gold. And so you can see 150,000 gold, which really is just $15 worth of gold when we valued gold for 4-star rank up. So really this now feels like it's about $3 worth of gold. The 7-day test of the Black ISO Store quest needs to be updated to Paragon with better milestones as well. Why not Paragon? I mean, all of these are fantastic points. I can't argue with any of them. Objectives needs to give higher than Cavalier objective crystals. This should have also changed for Thronebreakers, but that didn't happen. Now, I covered this because we have crystals. I mean, let's be honest. The best crystal you can buy for the new featured champion, in this case Gore, coming up, is a Cavalier crystal, which I almost don't even think about Cav crystals when it comes to Cavalier progression, because I'm just so used to them being called Cav crystals. But when I stop and think about how that's 2 progressions behind, it kind of makes me amazed. The problem is that Kabam probably doesn't want Thronebreaker crystals to exist until they can bring in 7 stars, so that 4 stars will be the new 3 stars and so on and so forth. But I am not wanting 7 stars anytime soon, so I don't know what to say about that. And then the discount for Cavalier crystals more than currently, or allow Paragon to buy the same unit price for a Cavalier Nexus. I love that second idea. What if you could spend 175 units for a Cavalier Nexus crystal? You're telling me, especially if you got a couple of drinks in you, that you wouldn't want to spend 1,000+ units on that? I would. That'd be fun. Like, all right, y'all, we got enough donations tonight. Let's open an Odin worth of Cavalier Nexus crystals just for fun. Oh, wait, it's all 3 stars? Well, we tried. Those are 5 things that need to change ASAP and don't require much thought, as they have already happened via past progressions. Keep in mind, 3 of those are for paying customers of the Black ISO store. If Kabam really wants to get on our good side, introduce a new crystal that's not Cavalier, that excludes 3 stars, or simply change the daily offers that rotate for $5 to always be a Nexus for Paragon players. Now that is, again, a obvious choice for the daily specials. No doubt about it. P. Dexter86, these are great suggestions which will give people that extra spice to push forward. Great post, especially agree with the 11,000 featured crystal shards, Seraph says. Secret Warrior, Alec, fantastic. In addition, I would add to some variation in upgrading gold crystals. Currently, the highest we have is uncollected. Yeah, that's true too. Ebony Oman, nah. 3 out of 5 of those only affect pay-to-win players. And the other one is pretty much pay-to-win as well. Well, Ebony Oman, I mean, if you're not paying anything, you'd probably just be thankful that they've given you what they've given you. I don't know what to tell you. Wicket also says the same thing. But he is a Black ISO Store subscriber. We'll love to see how these things will in the game. But I also think perks like that are applied to Paragon outside of the Black ISO Store. I think both can happen, you know? You missed the biggest one, the Paragon Glory Store. And he said, I absolutely see where you're coming from. Allow me to explain why. I made it in 2 reasons, even though it's 60% of my suggestions based on the fact that Kabam is itself a business. That means by enacting this, it gives more incentive for those who become Paragon to either continue or enroll in the Black ISO Store if they are not Paragon yet. Patagon sounds like an infantry of like the military. Oh, you're about to fight those Patagons? Well, hope that sword is sharp. These changes have already been happening with every progression levels passed in the Black ISO Store, so it's not really hiding anything behind a paywall, as it's upgrading the features we have seen already play out in the past. I appreciate the conversation and you taking the time to read what I wrote in reply. I love the healthy discussion, and I definitely can see from your point of view too, even if we don't agree with each other or maybe have a difference of opinion, it's nice to communicate so we better understand and can help make the community better overall for maybe those less vocal. Again, the only thing that worries me about his posts, they make so much sense and they're so well written that they make too much sense and they're too well written. Kabam doesn't know what to do with such empathy and logic. They're panicking. They're like, what is this? We're not used to this. Jax has this, but he's so scarred from all the toxicity on the forums and seeing how Kabam Mike handles things that he probably is right now in like 24/7 emergency therapy sessions. All I know is that as the game progresses, making more Paragon incentives, shall we speak, is a must. And to have Cavalier and Thronebreaker and even Uncollected still as the top progression level for certain items is just, well, inexcusable. I think Kabam knows that, but we'll see how influenced or motivated they are to actually do something about it. Have a great rest of your day. Mandalorian, thanks again for the awesome post.